Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabe. Today's video is going to be a lap comparison side by side between the GT3 and the F80. The GT3 is going to be running a 145.1 and the F80 is going to be running a 149.1. My PB is actually a 148.1 with the F80, but this was before I had data, and now that I do have data, we're going to go ahead and, use that. And that's going to tell you guys everything. Where I'm braking, where I'm giving it gas, steering, pretty much anything you can see on the screen. And then after the hot lap, we'll go into Google Earth and we're going to go ahead and look at both lines and see if there's any differences between the two chassis that I was doing, and pretty much figure out where the advantages are for the GT3, because we're talking a whole 4 seconds, which is a lifetime at ACS. 4 seconds is a massive gap at ACS. There's really not too many places to lose time at ACS other than the straights, which is why 4 seconds is a massive time gap. So let's check it out. All right, here we are. ACS coming down the front straight. GT3 is already going about 5 miles an hour faster. F80 is only able to hit 151. This is definitely not my fastest entry into turn 1, but it's, I guess, the hot lap. So entering turn 3, and you're going to notice exiting turn 4. So here's turn 3, turning in. Very similar to cone setups too. The exit speed on the GT3 is just, it's like a rocket, man. It just shoots straight out. The F80 is still trying to build boost, so definitely has the advantage on the acceleration part, which is where it's able to gain the majority of its time here at a track like ACS. Heading down the straight to the chicane, hitting 113. Hitting 113 in the F80, so very similar but different lines on the exit. Swinging a little wider on the F80. On the GT3, I'm able to feel a lot more confident and stable and keep my line very narrow. Little oversteer on the turn exit right there for the F80. Coming down towards playground, and the trap speed for the GT3 is a 135, and for the F80 is only a 131. So that little bit of speed makes a big difference when it comes time to cross that finish line. Different cone setups as well for this last turn, which could have affected the time of the F80 for sure. But a whole 4 seconds, I'm not too sure if it would, add that much time at all. So let's go ahead and check out the Google Earth document and see the difference in lines. Alright guys, so here we are in Google Earth, and I'm pulling this data from the AIM document that I have. Let's go ahead and take a look. So the M3 lap is going to be in blue and the GT3 will be in yellow. Here we are, Southern California, Auto Club Speedway, located in Ontario, California. And let's go ahead and take a look at these two different lines. Alright, so you see GT3 crossing the finish line, and before and after is running pretty low, but comes back up top higher than the M3. I think there was a car above the M3, I'm not too sure. Using more of the camber of the turn by diving in later. I definitely didn't go below the yellow line, but I wanted to, sometimes the GPS kind of gets a little wacky like that. So you see the turn entry on the GT3, pretty much cutting that turn a little better than the M3. Now let's get back to it. Definitely didn't swing that wide with the GT3. Sometimes, like I said, this GPS can get a little funky. Let's see the double apex, the 90s. Hitting a good apex here, that's pretty accurate. Holding it a little more inside here, a little more tucked in, and then hitting that second apex pretty dead on. M3, same, pretty much the same line. Just a little wider. Coming back down the straight towards the chicane. GT3 is able to tuck it in a little earlier, as the M3 is a little wider. That shorter wheelbase definitely is an advantage of the GT3 over the M3. Similar lines here, just M3 is a little wider. GT3 holds a little longer entering this turn right here, swings a little wider. M3 tucks it in a little tighter. Heading down the playground, pretty much the same damn line, right? So just a straight. And bam, let's check this out. So entering this turn, GT3 starts, I'm on the brakes from pretty much about right here where my mouse is, all the way until I hit that corner, right? So this is supposed to be the last cone right here. You can see as I'm braking, I'm slowly starting to get a little steering angle in towards the turn to set up a little better. M3 not so much, it's staying pretty wide. Although this may not be an accurate, I mean obviously I'm not on the grass, it may not be extremely accurate to the image that you're seeing, the line is still very accurate. Hitting the curb right here on the inside, then hitting the curb over here on the left. That's very accurate of my line. Even with the M3 here, very accurate as well. Not necessarily running over the curb though. Back it up a little bit and you can see the M3 swings a little wider in here. GT3 holds tighter. That's pretty much the theme here. The GT3 is just able to hold a tighter line because of that shorter wheelbase. That cone, obviously there's two different cone setups here. That's probably why the M3 is swinging wider right here. GT3 is able to get a more rounded, more even turn through here, as opposed to the M3, it's more abrupt of a left-hander. Coming back onto the straight, very similar lines. And we cross this finish line. So that'll do it for this video. I'm going to be hitting Big Willow this weekend so I can compare F80 time against GT3 time at Big Willow as well. And yeah, do the same thing. So I look forward to this and hope you guys as well. Hope you guys do as well. If you guys have any questions, please drop in the comment section below. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Later.